Hello and welcome to another wonderful misadventure. Oh gosh, am I all the way in dirt water? No. Oh, nothing. Alright. I think I have some punch cards to read. Maybe I did last night. I thought I had just gotten some new ones before I ended. Oh, nope. I guess I didn't. Alright, well, let's keep going all the way over. Looks like you found an abandoned crate of military supplies. Since it's addressed the fort unnecessary. Perhaps it was unnecessary. Oops. Score. Alright. Alright, somebody told me to take this stuff literally. Take it off with, you have to follow him. To like, literally follow. Okay. You jump on the Spookykin's back and ride like the wind, following the railroad tracks back into the desert. When you finally catch up, you stand up on Spookykin's saddle and leap onto the back of the train like a real badass. Just barely catching the edge of the roof and pulling yourself up. Here's hoping you don't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have been killed. Looks like Alice decided not to join you on account of not having a stuntwoman. So you're on your own until you get back to Frisco. It's the Emperor. I stole this train fair and square. I don't feel like being fair or square. What in the world? Hand fruit. They send up arrows pointing in all different directions. Pickled. How do you pickle crackers? Nubs? Oh, Safe Kraken 5. Do I have enough for that? Where is my Safe Kraken? Oh, my Safe Kraken's only at 3. I don't think I'm going to be able to do those. Plot plan. Well, let's try to fight him then. Just because. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Really? What? Did he just walk away? Or could he ask build it? There's a ladder here. Oh, so I got by anyway? Oh, there's some more guys. Oh! These guys are so preoccupied with the door to the rear of the car that they don't notice you prowling around behind them. The one in the back has a shiny key attached to his belt. It must be the key to the dining car because it has dining car stamped on it. Big letters big enough to read from here. Grab the key. Ooh, nice flowers. Alright. Oh, it's one of those silvery dome things. You've never wanted anything more than your life then you want to lift up this dome and see what's under it. But you're not sure you can master the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. Voila! Oh, it's just a cream pie? Shaving cream. What kind of lunatics are running the food service on this train? Okay. Can you go beyond? Is welded shut. I guess we're going up here. Oh, there's Norton again. Please. Wait, what? I'm sorry. People shouldn't refer to themselves in the third person. Throw that pie! Curses! I'm weak against shaving cream pie! Messily scrawled note. What? I've hidden the key to the third passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. What are we on the Orient Express? P.S. Come to the roof of the sleeper car in the next 55 minutes if you want a murdering. I want a murdering, but I don't think I'm going to be the one. One of these sleeping compartments belongs to the murderer. You open the door to the first passenger compartment. Sole occupant is a little boy about 10 years, wearing blue suit and knickerbockers. Hello ma'am, is something wrong? Nothing you need to worry about, kid. On the trail of the bad guy. Do you mean a murderer? I'm pretty sure there's one in this train. They don't call me the world's greatest detective for nothing. What's your name, kid? Probably shouldn't say ma'am, there might be a copyright thing. What is this, Conan? Detective Conan is on the train. Well... Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can handle this. Just let me ask you one question, and then you should lock your door after I'm gone. I understand, ma'am. What would you like to know? Are you on the roof of the train? That's blatant. Excuse me? The murderer left a note says he's on the roof of the train. Are you? No, ma'am. I'm in my passenger compartment. Right, good. That's all. It's one down. Are we gonna have to check all these? You open the door to the second passenger compartment and look inside. There's a portly man in a dapper grey suit with a tiny, meticulously waxed moustache. And not, I'd like to clarify, an enormously bushy one. Oh, and he's French. Hercule Poirot? For the references in this game, okay. I don't know if I can do that voice. Excusez-moi. Is there some way I might be of assistance, madame? Sorry to bother you, but there's a murderer on the loose and I'm checking the passenger compartments. Sacre bleu! This is very serious, mon ami. Allow me to prefer to you the use of my little grey self. Yeah, that's definitely Hercule Poirot. I don't know what that means, but no thank you. Let me just ask you one question. Why, certainly. I am at your service. Are you on the train of the roof, or the roof of the train? The roof of the train, madame? Right now? That's right. No, I am here in conversation with you. That's all. Oops. Oh, for crying out loud. I've got to move that button. You open the door to the third passenger compartment and find nobody inside. Since the note to the murderer said he was going to be on the roof of the train, that means he couldn't be in this passenger cart, and since there's no one inside this passenger cart, whoever the compartment belongs to can only, by process of elimination, be on the roof, which means the person who rented this compartment must be the murderer. Probably. That's true if the last one is empty. Then you have a little bit of a conundrum. The only clue you find in here is a luggage ticket, though it has the number 3 written on it. Well, let's check the last one. I guess number 3 it is. The only passenger in this compartment is a middle-aged woman who is writing something in a notebook. She looks up as you enter and greets you with a friendly northeastern accent. A northeastern accent? Maine? northeastern accent. Okay. Why, hello! Is there something you need, dear? Sorry to bother you, ma'am, and I don't want to alarm you, but there's a murderer on board the train, and I'm investigating. A murderer? On the train? My goodness! That would be a wonderful premise for my next novel. Yep, okay, so the writers read. That's good. Sure, why not? Anyway, I just need to ask you one question. Go right ahead, dear. According to my evidence, the murderer is on the roof of the train. Are you on the roof of the train? No. No, dear. Alright, thanks for your time. Would you like a meat pie? They're homemade. No thanks. Just have a look at this playing card before you go? No. I didn't catch that reference. My only guess is like Nevada Bar or something, but I think she was northwestern. I don't remember any that were like from Maine. Or north. It said northeastern, so maybe there's a Canadian one and I'm just missing it. Anyway, on we go. Find bag number 3. It has the key to forward passenger car inside. That's very strong corroborating evidence for your theory of who the murderer is. Was he upstairs? Now I'm just curious. Was there someone up? Woo! We could have ourselves a murdering. You unlock the door. Let's go through. You finally make it to the passenger car. One car back from the locomotive. Which may be confusing if you thought locomotive meant the entire train. So I could just say the engine, except the engine also refers to the engine itself, that is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go, and not just the frontmost car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Convoluted is the word that comes to mind. Anyway, suddenly Norton clambers in the window. He must have dramatically clung to the side of the train in order to reveal at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. He ran away from me twice. He runs into the frontmost car of the train. The engine car. I locks the door. What a jerk! That's not the word I would have used. I suppose he's got to make it polite though. Maybe you could get some of the passengers to help break the door down and arrest him? Or maybe you could just kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anybody anymore. Up to you. Can we break the door down? What does it say? You pound on the door of the locomotive or engine car or cab, whatever. Open up, Norton! No! Alright then, I'm coming in. Oh yeah, you and one orderly lady? Yeah, just me, you crazy little bastard! Requires 3 passengers. Okay. Let's talk to the passengers. Professorial looking guy is frowning at a sheet of paper and occasionally scribbling in it with a pencil and then erasing what he just wrote. Excuse me? Could you help me with something? Sorry, I'm busy. Ask my wife or my daughter. God knows she could do with something to keep her occupied. What is she working on? It's quite academic. Sure you wouldn't understand. Try me! If you must know, I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities. I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum from the Far East. He shows you a sheet of paper covered in little boxes, some of which have numbers in them. I'm glad I have more mysticality here than I do in real life. I could never solve a Sudoku. That's what it is, right? Yeah, it's Sudoku! My little brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or a 7 because you've got those there and there, so this has to be 4, which means it's 5 here and 9 here, and if that's 9, then this can't be, so it's a 7, and there's a 1. You quickly fill the rest of the puzzle. I was in the hospital once, and there was a really nice lady from England that was in the other side of the hospital room, and her daughter kept bringing me Sudoku puzzles, like, oh, here, you're just sitting here, like, I'm enjoying my music, I'm good, I have books, doodling. Oh, here, you try one of these. It's the only time I've ever had Sudoku. I've tried to pick it up a couple of times since, and it's too much for me. I don't speak math. Well, damn it, what fun is it? Is if you just solve it for me. Oh, sorry. Well, will you help me break down the door to the engine and arrest the Emperor? I guess I got nothing better to do now. Oh, that's one. What about this dude? This guy is totally franticking, which is a word I just made up. That means ranting in a frantic panic. I almost said that wrong. Everyone else is ignoring him as hard as they can. Hey, buddy, are you okay? It's all a lie. We're never gonna get to Frisco. Frisco probably doesn't even exist. They've been testing to see how long we can survive on complimentary peanuts and bottled water, and now they're driving us out into the desert in some kind of government camp. They're gonna use our organs to fuel alien flying machines. He's the percussive maintenance. Ah! Oh, sorry. Guess I lost it there for a second. Feel better? He rubs his jaw. Well, yes and no. Listen, we're gonna get to Frisco, but first we got to bust into the locomotive up front and arrest a crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. If I have to sit here doing nothing much for much longer, I'm gonna flip out again. Alright, cool. Okay, just hear him snoring. This woman is focusing on her knitting and ignoring the general commotion. She must have been knitting the whole trip, because the scarf she's made could accommodate a whole marching band. If you tie one to the front guy, and then one to the next guy, and then one to the next guy, and leave them almost only so much room, that would really teach them to keep in rhythm and stay a certain distance apart, because I know that's all important when you're a marching band. Excuse me, ma'am? Whatever it is, I want no part in it. I keep myself to myself, and I've no desire to get involved. Thank you very much. Come on, this is important. A crazy guy stole the train, and I need help arresting him, or you'll never get to Frisco. I'm sure things will sort itself out in the end, and in the meantime, I have plenty of food. I just hornswoggling, but I have the chance here. This overweight man in a three-piece suit and bowler hat is probably a banker or something. His eyes are closed, his posture is relaxed, but the clench in his jaw betrays his aggravation. Alright. The man is busy ignoring little girls peering out the window of the train, clearly bored out of her mind. Little girl! Hi there. Does he? No. All my toys and friends are in our luggage, and it's boring and I hate it! Do you want to help me out with something really important? Like what? Well, a bad guy took over the engine car, and I need people to help me break down the door and arrest him. What, lady? I'm just a little girl! Hey now, that's not a good attitude. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything just because you're a girl. But, okay, yeah. We'll bust that crook's face in. That's the spirit. But you gotta pay me in advance. Ah, jeez, you are learning this stuff way too fast. Alright, what do you want? I like stuffed animals. Oh yeah, that's right, I have my owl. A nice owl? Yeesh, carnival trash. Maybe you had the whole set of 3, I'd be okay. Well, nope, never mind. I guess we'll go talk to this one. This lady is slipping through the book titled Birds of the Western Territory. Since most of the place is a desert, this isn't a very long book. Excuse me, ma'am? Yes? crazed psycho has taken over the train's engine car, and I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him. Oh my. I certainly couldn't be of help with any of that. I'm very conflict adverse. I try to avoid conflicts myself. But sometimes situations require action. What if I told you he hates birds and is determined to outlaw them from the territory after he seizes power? Now, that's very sly, but I know you're only saying that because you saw the book I was reading. Yep, you got me. Huh? Any other ideas to convince me? Suddenly you hear a tapping at the passenger window. What the? Hey, Russell! Russell? Oh, your pet crow! You hear that, Corvan? Russell! You open the window and your pet crow, Russell, flaps in and perches on your shoulder. Hey, buddy, good to see you! Oh my gosh! What a beautiful crow! And he knows you? Yep, my favourite little Brachyrhynchus. We go way back, right, buddy? Oh! I better not do that correctly. I'll have somebody on my shoulder soon. I rescued him from a cat when he was only just out of the nest and raised him as a pet. I set him free when I left home recently. What is he doing here? Has he been following you since then? God bless, I hope not. He probably just happened to be flying by and spotted me on the roof of the train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that. They really are. Don't ever make a crow mad, because everybody in the area, all the crows in the area, will know who you are. I have that. I have one here. He's a rehab. He's got a broken foot. And I was out with my dog when we spotted him. And then I went out myself and caught him. And I had to change my coat because they saw me walking with the dog. All of the crows in the area just started up a fracas. Because of course, you catch a crow. We had like 8 of them or something. At least 2 murders worth. Probably, and then some. Watching as we caught this crow who could not fly and had a broken foot. I was afraid he was going to starve to death. So yeah, so when we started the game and there's Russell, this little crow, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Save him from a cat. Because they kind of push their young out of the nest. And they're close by, but a lot of times they won't intervene, especially if there's a cat around and a person, so. That's amazing! Oh, what I wouldn't give to have an avian friend like that! Well, I'm still going to be doing a lot of travelling after this. I figure, so I can't really drag Russell along with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with the nice young lady in Frisco who helped save the train. What do you think, Ross? Russell caws and flaps over to perch next to the lady. He lightly pecks her shoulder in a friendly manner. Excuse me. My goodness, how can I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name's Annabelle. Awesome. We get right back to you. Oh, Russell, you're so adorable. Alright, now we're gonna confront you. Me and this army. You, the passengers, break down the door very impressively. Though it would have been even better if you had some torches and those old-fashioned rakes. Ah! Norton has backed up into the corner of the engine's compartment next to the engineer, who looks over his shoulder at you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest to the crime of being a total ass. That's not illegal. Yeah, it is when I'm in town. Everybody grab him, except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train. Right. Actually, you could turn the train around and head back to Frisco at the next station. That'd be great. No problem. Oh, let go! This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. Tell that to the judge, Norton. The prison judge. And we got the train back to Frisco. You did it! Thanks, boss! Hey, no problem. We got the track laid right up to the station now. The first ever cross-territory railroad, thanks to the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company and, principally, you! You did a real good job, Bruno Pantera. Ah, shucks, don't mention that. We manifest some destiny around here. Looks like somebody on the train got a job as the projection last. Would you like to watch this movie? It's free because movies have only recently been invented and nobody's figured out that they can charge for them yet. Doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene is over, you'll probably be right here and you can keep playing if you want. Oh, it's the final cutscene! Oh, it's the final cutscene! Hey, there were all those detectives on the... There were all those detectives on the train. I want to talk to them. Where did they go? I need one of them to come with me to Brentwood. I don't know what else you do. Oh my gosh. Because, like, we didn't finish, oh, where the head is Brentwood. We didn't finish, we didn't find the mail, we didn't find the mailman. Maybe if we go back to Chuck's house now, someone else will be there. I wonder if anything else has changed. Alright, we're just gonna go to Chuck's house and see if maybe people have... I'd really like to find out what happened to my mailman. Oh, nobody else is here. Okay. I don't know what you do in this situation. You know? There's no name around it or anything. Alright. That's pretty much my thought too. So, I think I will end it here. I'm not going to end the game because I'm not sure. There's got to be a way to figure out Chuck's house and that, because it seems like you do have to do everything in all the little bits and pieces for the entire thing. So I'm just gonna stop the video here and maybe poke around and see what I can find for it. Pretty much that's it. So thank you everyone so much for watching, for joining me on this misadventure. Spoobykins is laughing. For joining me on this misadventure. It's been a really wonderful game full of all sorts of references and puns, my personal favourite. That was the scariest nays I've ever come up with. Alright. It's a really great game. If you all haven't played it, you should. And it's interesting how the storyline is such that you can get through it. And there were like places on the first section of the map that I had never even been to that I went back and I still found again. So you have your main storyline and all your side lines, but there's still other things out there, and it's not all finished. And then what the hell with the El Vibrato everything. So that's it for now. Thank you everybody so much. Have yourselves a wonderful time.